How Illinois' electric system works, Part 3. Power plants typically make money in three ways: selling electricity, providing grid support services, and providing capacity. All of these costs are paid by business, residential, and government consumers through their electric bills. Grid support services and capacity charges are not a separate line item on homeowners' bills, but are embedded in the rate we pay for electric supply. Selling power is the largest source of revenue for most plants. Power can be sold through contracts with electric utilities, large business and government users, directly onto the wholesale market, or through hedge agreements that give plants a guaranteed price for the power they sell into the market. Power plants also sell grid support services, which are needed to keep the electric grid stable. These services prevent brownouts and power surges by giving the grid operators the tools they need to balance the flow of electricity. The last significant revenue stream is capacity payments. Grid operators pay for capacity to ensure that power plants are available when needed. That means planning for peaks in demand, like hot days in August where everyone's AC is blasting, or during a deep January freeze. A grid operator is a non-profit entity responsible for ensuring the reliable flow of electricity. It's a grid operator's job to make sure we have enough electricity to meet demand so we can keep the lights on. There are 7 main grid operators in the U.S. In the ComEd service territory, where 5 of Exelon's 6 nuclear plants are located, the grid operator is called PJM. MISO is the grid operator from Southern Illinois, including where Exelon's Clinton plant is located. The way capacity payments work is a little complicated, so let's break it down. Power plants can receive capacity payments by bidding into capacity auctions. The grid operator runs capacity auctions to lock in generating capacity for the next 1 to 3 years. Plants that clear the auction will receive capacity payments in exchange for promising to deliver power when it's needed. Plants that don't deliver have to pay a hefty fine. In a capacity auction, power plant owners set the price they want to bid for the capacity from each plant. The grid operator then selects all bidders up to the amount required to provide sufficient capacity. For example, let's say a grid operator needs 1,000 megawatts of capacity. It holds an auction and 6 200-megawatt plants bid in. The grid operator will select the lowest bidders up to the total amount needed. The price offered by the last plant needed to satisfy the demand sets the clearing price. All the plants that clear the auction will receive capacity payments at the clearing price. Bid above the clearing price, and your power plant will not clear the auction and will not receive capacity payments. Now let's add numbers to the example. If the 6 plants bid into the auction at $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, and $100, the clearing price would be $90. The 5 plants that cleared the auction would all receive the clearing price of $90 for their capacity, even if they bid in at less than $90. The plant that bid above the clearing price would not clear the auction and wouldn't receive any capacity payments. PJM recently revised its rules for capacity auctions, in part because of lobbying efforts by Exelon, and in part in response to the extreme winter weather, which led to the failures of some plants to deliver power when promised. The new rules that took effect this year offer higher payments to generators that deliver when they're needed. They also set bigger fines for generators that don't. Since nuclear plants are built to run consistently in all types of weather, they are some of the biggest beneficiaries of the new PJM rules. In the most recent PJM auctions, these new rules ensured Exelon made significantly more capacity revenue. Auctions recently conducted for the 2016 to 2019 periods produced a total capacity revenue for Exelon of $1.7 billion. For ComEd customers, this will mean spiking electric bills that will average $175 more per year for a typical single-family home.